Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to English Listen Easy. Let's enjoy some real English together.
Hi everyone, Jack here. And Emma, I have to say, today's topic feels very personal to me.
Me too, actually. We are talking today about why adult learners quit English, and I think both of us have been that person at some point.
More than once, if I'm honest.
Same.
Okay, so let's start there. Jack, tell me about a time you quit.
Okay, so a few years ago, I made this big plan. I was going to study English every single day. I bought a new notebook, I downloaded 3 apps, I told my friend about my plan so I would feel responsible.
Oh no, I can hear where this is going.
Day 1, great. Day 2, pretty good. Day 3, I was tired, but I did something small. Day 4, nothing. Day 5, nothing. Day 6, I felt so guilty about days 4 and 5 that I just avoided the whole thing completely.
The guilt spiral, yes, I know that feeling so well.
And then a week passed, and 2 weeks, and at some point I just thought, well, I already broke the habit, why start again?
And that right there is one of the biggest reasons adults quit. It is not that they stop caring, it's that they miss one day, feel terrible about it, and then the guilt makes them avoid the whole thing.
Which makes no sense when you say it out loud. Missing one day should not end everything, but in your head, it feels like you failed.
And I think adults feel that much more than children. A child misses a day and just comes back the next day, no drama. But adults, we are very hard on ourselves.
We expect to be good at things quickly, and when we're not, or when we miss a step, it feels like proof that we cannot do it.
And English learning is especially hard for adults because progress is slow and invisible. You study for 3 weeks and you don't feel different. You still struggle with the same things. And you think, what is the point?
Okay, wait. Struggle is actually our word of the episode today. Did everyone notice Emma just used it?
I did. Okay, so struggle. Jack, what does it mean to you?
So, to struggle means to try really hard to do something that is difficult, like you're working and pushing, but it's not easy, it's not flowing, you're fighting a little bit.
Right, and it's not a bad word. Struggling doesn't mean failing, it just means something is hard and you're still trying. Like, I struggle with pronunciation. That means pronunciation is hard for me, but I'm still working on it.
Or, I struggle to wake up early, which is very true for me personally.
Same. And the important thing is everyone struggles with English at some point. Even people who seem confident and fluent, they had years of struggling before it started to feel easy.
And I think that's something adults don't always know or they forget. They see someone speaking English well and they think, that person never struggled. It just came naturally.
But it never just comes naturally. There's always a lot of struggle behind a good result. It just happens before you meet that person.
Okay, but let's go back to the quitting thing, because I think there are a few different reasons adults quit, and they're not all the same.
Yes, I agree. Like, my reason was different from yours. You quit because of the guilt spiral. I quit because I stopped believing it was possible for me.
Tell me about that.
So, I studied English for about 2 years when I was younger, and I worked hard, I really did. But at some point, I felt like I was stuck, like I wasn't getting better. I would still make the same mistakes. I still couldn't understand fast speakers.
And what happened?
I just slowly stopped. I didn't make a decision to quit. I just started doing it less and less. And then one day I realized it had been almost 2 years since I had done anything in English.
2 years.
2 years. And the worst part is, I told myself it was okay. I said, I tried. English is just not for me. Some people have a talent for languages, and I'm not one of them.
And do you believe that now? That some people just have more talent?
No, I really don't. I think talent plays a small role, but most of it is method and consistency. The people who learn well are not smarter, they just found a way that works for them and they kept going.
And this is actually something worth saying clearly. There is no such thing as an adult who is too old to learn English. The brain stays capable. It just needs more time and more smart practice than a child's brain.
Children learn faster because they are surrounded by the language all day, every day. They hear it, they use it, they sleep with it. An adult studying 1 hour a day cannot compete with that. But that doesn't mean the adult cannot learn, it just means it takes longer.
And when adults don't see fast progress, they think something is wrong with them. But actually, slow progress is completely normal.
And here's another big reason adults quit. Life gets in the way. A child has school, homework, and free time. An adult has a job, a family, bills, problems. Finding time to study is already a struggle.
And when you finally sit down to study after a long day, you're tired, your brain is full. You try to read something and nothing goes in.
And you think, I'm too tired for this, I'll do it tomorrow. And tomorrow becomes next week, and next week becomes never.
I've done that exact thing so many times.
We all have, and this is why the advice, just study every day, doesn't always work for adults, because adults don't have the same kind of empty time that children have.
So what does work? What helped you come back after those 2 years?
Honestly, I stopped treating it like studying. I started treating it like something I do for fun. I found a podcast I actually liked in English. I watched a show I was already interested in English. I stopped sitting at a desk with a textbook and just started living with the language a little.
And that removed the pressure.
Completely, because if I missed a day, it wasn't like skipping homework, it was like not watching my favorite show. No guilt, I just watched it the next day.
And I think that shift is huge. When English feels like a task, a thing you have to do, it's very easy to avoid it. But when it feels like something you choose because you enjoy it, you want to come back.
And here's something interesting. You start to imitate the people you watch and listen to without even trying. You hear a phrase and it just stays because you care about what you're watching.
Imitate. Yes, we talked about that last episode. Shadowing, copying the rhythm, the sound. And it works best when the material actually interests you because you're paying attention.
Exactly. You imitate naturally when you're engaged, not when you're forcing yourself through a boring lesson.
Okay, listeners, quick pause. If you're enjoying this episode, please subscribe so you don't miss our next ones. We would love to have you back with us.
And I want to talk about one more reason adults quit, and this one is a little harder to say.
Go ahead.
Fear. A lot of adults are afraid. Afraid of making mistakes, afraid of sounding stupid, afraid of saying something wrong in front of other people. So they avoid speaking. And if you never speak, your English never grows. And then you feel stuck. And then you quit.
And children do not have this fear. A child says the wrong word and everybody laughs and moves on. A child does not lie awake at night thinking about a grammar mistake.
But adults, remember, adults feel embarrassed, and that embarrassment becomes a wall.
I had a moment like this. I was at a work event and someone asked me a question in English, and I knew the answer, I really did, but I could not find the words fast enough, and I just stood there struggling, and I felt my face go red.
What did you do?
I said something simple and short, not what I wanted to say, just something easy to get through the moment. And then I went home and felt terrible about it for a week.
And did you quit after that?
I thought about it, I really did, but I decided to take it as information instead. My speaking was weak because I had not been practicing speaking enough, so I started doing more of that.
And that is actually a really healthy way to look at a bad moment, not as proof that you cannot do it, but as information about what needs more work.
Every struggle tells you something. It shows you where to go next.
And speaking of struggle, this word is so useful. You can say, I struggle with this instead of I am bad at this, because struggling sounds temporary. It sounds like you are still in the fight.
Bad at something sounds permanent. Struggling with something sounds like you are still working on it.
Exactly. And the words you use about yourself actually matter. If you tell yourself, I am bad at English, your brain starts to believe it. But if you say, I struggle with English sometimes, that leaves room for change.
So let's pull this together. Why do most adult learners quit?
The guilt spiral when they miss a day, the feeling that progress is too slow, life getting in the way, believing they don't have talent, fear of making mistakes in front of people.
And none of these are signs that someone cannot learn English. They are all just part of the journey for most people.
The ones who keep going are not the ones who never struggled. They're the ones who came back after quitting, sometimes more than once.
And that's a really important thing to say. Coming back counts. Even if you stopped for a month or a year or 2 years, like Emma, coming back is not starting over. It's continuing.
Your brain kept more than you think. It's not empty. You just need to warm it up again.
Okay, one quick bonus tip. If you feel like you're about to quit, try making English smaller. Not 0, not 1 hour, just 5 minutes. Listen to one short thing, read 2 sentences, say 1 word out loud.
5 minutes keeps the connection alive, and a small habit is much easier to imitate than a big one. Start small, stay consistent.
And our word of the episode today was struggle. Use it this week. Leave a comment with 1 sentence, something like, I struggle with listening to fast English, or I sometimes struggle to find time to study.
Writing your own sentence helps your brain hold the word, because you create the context yourself, and that's what makes it stay.
And our previous word was imitate, and we used it today too. Did you catch it? We talked about how you start to imitate speakers naturally when the material interests you.
If this episode helped you, please like it, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe. It means so much to us.
You are not alone in this. Every learner struggles. Every learner has at least quit once. What matters is coming back.
See you in the next episode, beautiful people. Take care.
Bye, everyone, and keep going. You are doing better than you think.